United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And welcome everybody to the meeting tonight. This is Mr. West. He is our new representative at the prosecutor's office. We'll be working with him. And first thing on the agenda, public speaking. Got 30 minutes. Each person is titled 2 minutes. Anybody got anything to say?
Are you wanting the prosecuting attorney to speak, or do you want the public to speak first?
Pardon?
Do you want him to speak, or do you want the public to speak first?
We're going into executive session to talk to him about some stuff.
Okay. I just had one question. Did you guys get any chip and seal done for July?
No. I don't know whether we're gonna get any done this year or not, I'm gonna be honest with you. The way things are going. We were supposed to help Orange Township last week on Wednesday, and they called me on Tuesday and said they couldn't get liquid. So the availability of the stuff to do it with, I don't know.
Well, you didn't get any done last year either, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't get my end done last year because we ran out of time.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, that's all I have.
You want me to bring up about the refrigerator account or later? About
Yeah,
the
go
auxiliary?
ahead, Greg. Give us a stuff.
The auxiliary is wanting to buy a new commercial refrigerator. He said maybe he might be able to get it through the grant to get estimates. I got one from Twin Oaks. I called Hogart's and they seemed like they were gonna be higher than Twin Oaks, so I didn't even bother going over and getting one. And then I do have the restaurant equipment. The one from Twin Oaks is $4,250.
Is it to replace the side-by-side that's?
That'd be $2.
And we keep water and drinks in there for the farmers when they come back off a run and stuff, and it's just not working right.
And from the restaurant equipment in Columbus, you can get one that's cheap for $2,700, but that's the cheap kind of no-name one.
Right.
The other ones are more expensive, start at $43, and there's one for $53.
And this is it,
That's from Ed.
Yeah.
Yep, that's from Mr.
Okay.
Castle.
Do you have a warranty or anything with that?
We have what?
Warranty or anything with that through them?
I don't think you put anything down on there. I didn't pick it up, so I'm
I'd
not
say
sure.
it does,
With that, I'm sure it does.
yeah.
What brand is it?
Even, I don't think I put it down. I can look it down and pick it up, so I can. And then check off that.
I think we can take that out of our opening. I think we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, we can ask. I don't know.
Anybody else? Okay. Let's go ahead and do the bill. Motion to pay the bill, if money sufficient.
So move if funds are sufficient.
Yes, funds are sufficient.
In a second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. In your guys' packet, you will find, you've got your fund status, and then your next piece of paper past that should be your payment listing. And that's all the payments that have been, that's all the checks that have been produced, have written since, our meeting last July. Since July. Oh my God, I'm so burning. You can see we had Randy Moore Petroleum, we had Riverside Towing of $150, that was to tow the red truck. We had Napa with $351.37, we had Klein Welding, which was, tips, I think, for the Soline, it was $29.45. We had Randy Moore Petroleum of $38.01.62, that was for June. That was for starting July. That's what that gas was. Tucker's Plains Chester Water, $57.32, that was for both taps. US Bank was 1608, we had, the guy's payroll, we had Athens Transmission to fix the red truck, it was $3,900. Twin Oaks Refrigeration and Heat was $174.34. We had payroll again for the guys. We had our payroll, which I just printed, and where it starts, we have Napa, it was $236.67, and the majority of those, I believe, was all for the grader, to get it up and running. So, that's that one right there. We also had O'Reilly's, one was for oil for the, fire truck, and then for the grader, and it was $237.96. Tucker's Plains Chester Water, $52.10 for both taps. I'm gonna skip, because I'll explain those here in just a minute. We had Randy Moore Petroleum, this was for the ones that they just put in our tank on 7/31. That gas was $25.05. I forgot to pull what we paid last month, but, number 2 clear, diesel is $4.42 a gallon. And I can pull it up if you guys wanna know how much it's come down. 87 octane is $3.62. That right? Yes, $3.62 a gallon. And, number 2 dyed is $3.95 a gallon. So, and I think that is less, as I said, I forgot to check it and pull it up for you guys. But that bill was $25.05.88. We received our bills from Buckley Group and from Terracon. Buckley Group did work on Roadside Park Road, and they're also working on Young Road. The civil engineering for Roadside Park was $4,000. For Roadside Park, the field surveying is completely finished, and the civil engineering is 25% done. I mean, the prior was 25%. Now it's 40%, so we owe them $4,000. There'll be another bill that will come due this month that he said we mail out at the end of the month, so we should have it in the next couple days.
I think we're supposed to bill that to FEMA.
I'm gonna get there. So, and then the $6,500 is for Young Road. It is for the field surveying. It is 100% complete, and our cost was $6,500. So it's $10,500 that we owe Buckley Group. I received the bill from Terracon, which is for Young Road slip repair. This is for the geotechnical engineering services, which is to bore the ground, and it was $9,500. So, we had, from where they had worked on Roadside Road Park before, we have FEMA money, and if you guys will look on your fund balances, we have FEMA money of $19,250, which that money can be used for our road repairs. So I took all of that money to pay these particular bills. We had to pay out of the general fund to $750 because that was the difference between both of these bills and what we had in our FEMA account. I talked to Laura Adcock at email, and I asked her, I said, what am I supposed to do with the bills? How am I supposed to do this? She said, you send me the invoices, and it goes into a batch, and then when they print the batch, then we will receive the check. That can be 2 to 4 weeks, depending on where their batch cycle falls. That's the best information I can give you guys. So, we're out money, but we were able to utilize the FEMA money that we received already from from Roadside Park that we had already initially taken out of the general fund to pay originally. So that's how that works. So I wanted to explain that to you guys so you'd understand. So you'd understand where we came up with that. I did email all of those informations to her. I emailed the 2 for Roadside Park, and the two for Young Road and the one for Roadside Park, and I emailed those to her today. So as I said, they're gonna go into a batch and we'll receive them when we do. I can't be any more specific than that. But she said any of the paperwork that we have for Roadside Park or Young Road, we automatically send them to her. So, we had a bill for, it was for Atlantic Emergency Solutions, and it was $429, and there was a big issue as to what those were for, and it was for a set of boots. So, we just need you guys to sign that came out of the fire account. And that is it for the actual check bills. I had a electronic payment for Lowe's of $9.50. It's right here. I had the Rumpke bill, I paid it electronically once Rumpke took over from A1 Sanitation. And I don't know what transpired, I don't know, but they contacted me via email and said that we owed a bill of $84.20. And that took care of June, July, and August. So that's what that one is. I also made a payment on July the 27th of $96.28. That is for the electric bill for the Township building. $294.96 is for the firehouse. It was made on July the 27th. And let me see, the Frontier bill for the Township is $122, that's the same bill, sorry, I was looking at the same receipt. Is $122.76, and the one for the firehouse is $169.27. And I spent I think Ransom and myself spent many hours on the phone trying to get a hold of Frontier. I was finally able to get a hold of someone, but by then our phone, Ransom had gotten a hold of them ahead of time. They'd gotten a hold of them before, and they were able to come out and fix our internet and our phone here at the firehouse, or at the Township building. Do you have internet at, okay, so we did get, because that's what they had told me. They said, you think you got a wire that's loose, so, or something that's unplugged. I said, okay, I'll talk to them, and I talked to you at the meeting Wednesday. Okay. So, and then payroll, is the same as it was last month, minus $13.96, and Ransom's $8.87, Will's is $8.87, and Roberts is $8.37. And that is it for the bills, gentlemen. That total was $39,135.73. And that's what we spent. And it was more than it was last month simply because we had the Terracon and the Buckley group. And if anyone wonders, the Buckley group, they're no relation to me. There's no conflict of interest with them doing the job.
When we contracted.
Because we're not related.
Buckley Group, they told me that they would build FEMA themselves.
We received the bill and I sent it to
That's
Laura.
the reason it was a surprise to me.
Yeah, and Laura didn't say that, they were double, she did not indicate to me that they had been double billed or anything like that. So, that's where we are with that information. That's it.
Okay, before we read the minutes, let's go into executive session with, Mr. West in case he has to leave for some reason or other.
What is executive session about? I have to make note of that in the.
One of them is, the sunshine law for open meetings. And the other one is for, I wanna talk to him about the election board. Anything
So
else you guys
it's
wanna
pending
add?
or contemplated litigation, imminent litigation.
Who's the boots for again?
They said they were from Nutter.
Chris.
Cause he never got a pair when we got the new boots for the guys.
That was because we didn't know what it was, and we figured it out.
You guys need new boots anytime soon. I know Rocky is offering some of the other townships a pretty decent deal, so you might want to contact them.
For our boots,
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I'm not sure of the details, but I know I think York got like half off or something, so.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Motion to go into executive session,
I so moved. A second.
all in favor?